The change of base formula is helpful when you don't have a brand new calculator that is able to change the base for you. So what the calculator does is there's a log button in the calculator. The base on the log button in the calculator is always a 10, so it's your common log. In the newer calculators, you're able to change the base in the calculator, but for the most part, most calculators don't have that ability. So when you get something like A, for example, log base 8 of 32, there's no way to evaluate that. Because if you try to set it up, you can solve it by hand by setting it equal to x, and then bringing it around and saying 8 to the x equals 32, and then making the bases the same and solving. But you can't plug log base 8 of 32 in the calculator. If you put the log in, it's only going to do a base of 10. So we do this change of base formula, which is basically going to be the log of the big number divided by the log of the base. So if I have log base 8 of 32, I would rewrite this as log of 32 over log of 8. So this way, I've made the bases of the logs now 10, so I can use my calculator. So I'm taking the log of 32 and dividing it by the log of 8. If we plug this in the calculator, okay, so here's a log button. So we're going to put the log of 32, close parentheses, divided by the log of 8. Okay, we want to make sure that we close the parentheses. If you don't close the parentheses on this 32, it's going to take 32 and divide it by the log instead of taking this whole answer. And then we hit enter. Okay, and then our answer is 1.67. So we could have, like I said, solved it using what we learned the class before, making the bases the same. But sometimes we won't be able to do that. And in those cases, we can use the change of base formula. Okay, so log base 4 of 18, we would plug this in, and we would rewrite this as log of 18 over log of 4. And again, if we plug that in the calculator, it's going to end up being 2.08. And this will work for anything, even if it's something that you can solve for very easily. You can use it all the time to evaluate if you need to. So log base 2 of 9. So if we try to simplify this one, you're going to see that this one's going to be a lot harder. So 2 to the x equals 9. We can't make the bases the same. The only thing I can do with 9 is make it 3 squared. But now my bases aren't the same. 2 is not the same, and 3 is not the same. So this is actually not a good way to solve it. So we're going to use the change of base formula. So we're going to do log of 9 divided by log of 2. And then we put that in the calculator, and it gives us 3.17. Okay, log base 7 of 30. So log of 30 divided by log of 7. Plug it in the calculator, 1.75. Okay, and then the last one, log base 5 of 62. So we're going to do log of 62 divided by log of 5. And that's going to give us 2.56.